What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Today we're having a look at level 100 of the Pirate King Adventures versus Sanji. Now, one thing I do want to say is that now that I have reached level 100, what I aim to do is just farm level 100, just not even raise the level, and I'll show you guys what I mean by not raising the level, until I get my turtle missions complete. Once the turtle missions are complete, I'm going to start making the charge towards level 150. I feel like if you're in that situation where you just want to get the turtle stuff, you know, there's no reason to go to 150 right now. It is much more efficient to, especially if you don't have the boosters at all, like myself or like many people out there, then, you know, going for that level 150 early on doesn't make a lot of sense. You should, you know, conserve that time, farm the easier levels to get the turtles much more efficiently, and then once you have all the rewards completed, you can start building more, you know, stronger teams to take on level 150, which is what I will be doing later on in the season, once obviously we build up more stats and we accumulate some more stuff. But today I'm showing you my first clear of level 100. Well, not my first clear, it's technically my second clear, but I'll show you guys what I'm using to clear level 100 in the first place. Let's jump into it. Let's see what we get for our map variation this time around. Okay, so you do see my Odin's only level 70, Roger's only level 61. That's actually crazy. We can land on both in one variation. That's pretty spicy. That's pretty spicy. I think that's probably what we're gonna do, and then we will probably pick up Perona as well, because picking up Perona will allow it so that, you know, we get more drops from using the friend captain of Robin and Koala. So let's go ahead and kick it. Let's land on Odin. Go ahead and take him down. Pick up the silver statue, of course. And I'll skip towards the end of this because you guys aren't really here to challenge, just to see me challenge this fight at all. Alright, so we've just taken down Odin, of course, with the full batch team of Rayleigh Gaban and Whitebeard. It's just, you know, the full boosted team makes things a little bit easier. You don't have to worry about it. But look, we're still only level 70 for Odin, so it's not really that big of a problem. Pick up some turtles as well. We've now reached 250 total turtle pickups, which is not too bad. We're actually like halfway through it now, so still got quite a while to go, but I believe you have around 2 weeks to pick up all those rewards. These ones aren't the best. We'll pick up the elder turtles, I suppose. Yeah, let's pick up Luffy, potentially get a statue. No statue. I guess I'll just get the meat. I'm not too concerned about picking up favorite hexes right now anyway. We'll go ahead and take on Roger, and I'll see you guys at the end of the Roger fight. Alright, so we just took down Roger, of course, with the Luffy Yamato team. I really don't like using Luffy Yamato that much at all, you know. Obviously, they were very useful for all the content that was released around the anniversary. But man, they are a very, very annoying character to use, I must admit. I mean, it's just dual units in general, I feel. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And sometimes you got to use those dual units. But let's jump into the rest of this run here. So taking down Roger. Ooh, 2 he-made turtles. That ain't bad. We'll go ahead and pick those up for sure. I guess... yeah, alright, let's do the Rumble match. Let's do it. Let's see what we're going to take on this time. At level 100, we have a bunch of strength units. That's a pretty threatening looking team. I do have this quick team. I mean, it's not the best quick team ever, but it should handle this pretty comfortably. I guess Kid coming off the bench could be a bit problematic, but I think we'll be okay for now. I'm not really too sure what to expect here, honestly. The first few strength teams that I was challenging in the earlier levels of Pirate King Adventures this season were so bad. It was like, you know, Summer Vivi, like Summer Koala, like these really weird units that didn't really have much synergy, wasn't really a good team, but of course, you know, getting deeper into it, you know, the teams are going to improve over time. Akainu is such a good unit versus strength. Very good, knocking out the Toki. Kaido looks like he just missed out on his special. That is unfortunate. Sandazonia missed. Okay, there we go. Shiryu launched in the first 30 seconds, so we get a bit of extra fixed damage. Nico Robin's not the best unit to use in Rumble, but I don't have, like, you know, Fujitora, like, they're really good stuff for quick driven. I don't have Porchemi, don't have Blue Jam, I don't have, what's his face, there's another one that I'm thinking about, can't remember his name, Orochi, Legend Orochi, he's also not a bad unit to use either. Unfortunately, don't have him, and we got confused. That's a bit of a shame. So, Tezora got hit with the confusion, but there's only 2 characters left, Otama and Kobe, and we're good. We just win. Okay, lucky us. Definitely could have been a bit problematic if Kid was still alive, but at the end of the day, we have a really good bench, so I'm not really too concerned about that. Just need to hurry up and get this match completed. I kind of should go ahead and finish it up for us. Thank you very much. Awesome. So remember that I think you need to clear, I think, a total of 30 Rumble matches throughout the entire Pirate King Adventure season to actually pick up all of the rewards. So make sure to actually challenge the Rumble match, you know, every so often, because you do get additional green tickets for doing so. And unfortunately, by challenging the Rumble stuff in the mid-map, you don't get good rewards for completing it, which is a shame. We'll go ahead and talk to Perona. That's going to give buffs to characters such as, who is it? You know, the top boosters, you know, Maria, Ulti, Robin, Koala, and the 2 rare recruits. Let's go ahead and pick up the chest. Hopefully get a good statue. We got a Zora statue, we take those. And then we go ahead and challenge my man's Rayleigh himself. So obviously you can go ahead and click the one on the very right to further increase the boss level. Personally, I'm not aiming to do that because basically, like, the boss gimmicks don't change post level 100, right? So the only thing that changes is the boss's HP. The boss gets absurd levels of HP. As we saw in Season 1, Roger got up to like 1.3 or 1.2, 1.1 billion. It was a lot of damage he actually had to do, as well as dealing with all of the gimmicks, which is obviously not that fun. So in terms of the team that we're using, this is the team that we're going to get cooking with. So we'll go ahead and find a friend captain. Alright, so this is the team that we have here. So we're using Rayleigh Gaban as the captain this time. Just because it helps us boost the rest of the team. You know, Luffy Ace only boosts Free Spirit, which is kind of annoying, and obviously they can boost fighters as well, but only during certain periods of time. Rayleigh Gaban felt like a better captain, honestly, the way that I was using it. And in terms of other returning characters, we have Luffy Ace as well, because they're going to be a really good attack booster on the last stage. We've got Sanji, of course, Sanji with the support of that VV. Really nice to remove Threshold, because when you get to level 100, the enemy actually has 7 turns of Threshold and 7 turns of Rainbow Shield on the final stage, so you need to find ways to get around that. We're also using Law and Kid. Now, Law and Kid are here because they have that support of Killer to remove an additional turn of Rainbow Shield, and they're a boosted unit, right? I tried to run as many boosted units as I possibly could, and then, you know, Robin Jinbei with that support of Morley helps us remove 1 turn of Despair, because we are still using the buffed Merry ship. And I know that a lot of people probably aren't going to be excited about that, but I mean, look, the ship's really good. And I want to try and build a team with as many boosters as I can, of course, and I don't have any of the new units too. So this is what I've come up with, and I did test it, and it seemed to have worked. So I want to show you guys exactly how this team's functioning. So without further ado, let's just let's get into it. Hopefully we can replicate the run that I recorded, or I did a little bit of a test run before. So hopefully we can replicate that this time around. So the big thing about this team to make it more efficient, obviously, is to get the super swaps. It's going to be very, very important to do so. So now that we can see here, at stage 1, we get inflicted with recovery bind. It's 11 turns of it. So we are inflicted with that, which means that we are going to take quite a lot of damage initially, which is not fun. But we got to start using our swaps. So let's go ahead and start switching. We'll switch with all the characters here. And we'll switch with the Robin Jinbei. So we do have a matching slot here on Robin Jinbei, which is good. We actually want to not even tap on them at all. We want to make sure that they can actually keep that slot for when we hit stage 3. So that's going to be very, very important. So let's go ahead and start attacking. Let's actually just get rid of this Kuma here, the Pacifista, should I say. Going to take a little bit of damage, which is not very good. But we want the Rayleigh Gaban super swap for stage 3. That's actually really important that we get that. And we'll go ahead and switch again with the Robin and switch with the Jinbei. Go ahead and kill this Pacifista this time. And in terms of when specials need to be ready, to be honest, we could actually probably move on here. But I do want to make sure that Robin and Jinbei actually do get their switches ready to go. So Robin and Jinbei do need a bit of extra time in terms of their swaps, so that's something you do have to pay attention to. Go ahead and move on here. And then let's go ahead and switch with Rayleigh Gaban, because we do want them to be ready. Wow, a lot of these guys on a 1-turn cooldown. We'll switch with Robin Jinbei. We want them to be on 1. And then we'll kill the guys on a 1-turn cooldown, hopefully. Good. We probably could have moved on here, but I think it's just safer to do it this way. And then we are good. So let's go ahead and move on. Alright, let's get it. This is where things really get into you know, the nitty-gritty. So we've got Damalo Black once again. This time around, he does a little bit different gimmicks. So he does the 20% health cut still. He inflicts 1 turn of paralysis, and he does 8 turns of bind. So we remove 3 with sockets and 1 with the ship. That's 4 total. We remove the additional 4 with that super swap with Rayleigh Gaban. Another thing as well is that because of the debuff that gets inflicted in the next turn, the pain debuff, actually I'm just going to opt to use the Rayleigh Gaban special here. And while yes, it means we're not going to have the dual captain ability when we reach the final stage, at this current point in time at level 100, it's not a big deal. Of course, when you get deeper into the 100s, having a dual unit captain, you know, in their dual form is going to be actually kind of important. But at this current point in time, not that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and switch with the Koala. We'll go ahead and switch with the Jinbei. And now we've got 2 units that are decks in the middle that have matching slots, which is exactly what we want. We're going to use the Lore and Kid special here. That's going to give us Chain Boundary, which is really nice, but it also gives a little bit of healing. But unfortunately, we are still inflicted with this really nasty debuff here. The lowers the amount of HP recoverable debuff. So the Robin and Koala unit actually remove it with their potential ability, but there's not a lot of other boosted units that actually have it. It is annoying that, you know, you can't just use one Rainbow Friend Captain and get rid of it. You actually have to have more than one unit to remove it. A bit of a pain, I must admit. But at this current point, we should be comfortable to go ahead and get the dub. So let's go ahead and actually, let's go ahead and switch into Luffy just because we can. And now let's go ahead and get the dub. Let's do it. Huge damage there. Absolutely no problems. Huge damage. And now we're moving to Sentomaru. So this is where things get a little sketchy because of this new debuff, the pain debuff. And luckily though for us, we do still have the chain mechanics from the Lore and Kid special from the previous stage, which is good. Whitebeard removes 3 turns, Morley removes 1 turn of despair, and then Sockets plus the ship remove an additional 4 turns, totaling for 8, which is fantastic. At this current point in time, every time we perform an action, this pain debuff is going to be inflicting damage to our crew. And at level 100, it does 20,000 damage per action, which is obviously a lot. You know, that's a lot to take in. So, because we don't have many matching slots, we're going to go ahead and use the switch ability of Jinbei. And it's the super switch, which gives us the full board of matching slots, which is fantastic. And then we're going to go ahead and switch with the Robin Jinbei, with the Robin Koala. So many different Robins in this event that are boosted, but this is going to enable us to get the big I think it's a 2.25 color affinity boost. Let me double check that actually. Yeah, it is 2.25. And then we're going to use the special of Robin Jinbei, which is going Robin Koala, should I say? That's going to give us the massive orb boost for 3 turns, and because we have the color affinity boost active, we get the color affinity in the turn afterwards, which is great. And it also removes the barrier, which is a big thing too, so we don't have to worry about that. But now you see our HP is going to be very low, 9,000. So let's go ahead and use the special of Sanji here, which is going to heal us up back to around 50% HP, 51% HP or something like that. So it gives us a bit of HP back, which is good. But at this point, we have a really good orb boost. We've got Chain Boundary. We have the tap timing effect bonus from Lore and Kid special. We have color affinity, as we said. This should be enough damage to comfortably kill Sentomaru at this current point in time. So let's do it. Boom, easy. 44 million, and we had the Sanji to attack with as well, who is a boosted unit, so he has more stats, so probably would have done a pretty good amount of damage. And then we reached the final stage versus Rayleigh. So this is where Robin and Jinbei are super good here because they deal with so many different debuffs. Rayleigh Gaban just removed the attack down for us, but you know, even if we didn't have them as captain, the Jinbei would be able to remove that for us, which is so good. And we do have a lot of HP back, which is good too. So we have the Killer support removing 1 turn of Rainbow Shield. We have the VV support, which removes 2 turns of Threshold. 1 turn would have been enough. And there's actually like quite a lot of supports you can actually have on this team to help you remove Threshold or Rainbow Shield, which is a really good positive thing. You know, you got like Mr. 1 support on Robin Jinbei, even though you do need the Despair removal. You could potentially use Kizuna Rare Recruit Beppo instead of that Killer to get, you know, Rainbow Shield removal. Like there's a few different supports you can use in this situation. But anyways, as for what we're doing here, we will go ahead and use the special ability of Luffy, which is going to give us the full board of slots and the attack boost. So we have attack, orb, and we probably should have used the switch ability first. Not really a big deal anyway. And we'll go ahead and switch into Robin. And use the Robin special, which deals with the defensive effects. Also gives us a base attack boost, which is really cool. And also, some people may have forgotten as well, the captain ability of Robin and Koala as the friend captain helps us deal with the special reverse, which is really cool. So we don't have to worry about using Luffy Ace as the captain anyways. So now we should have all of our boosts active, and at least at level 100, this should be enough to kill. So here we go. Boom, didn't even attack with the friend captain. Seems pretty good right now, at least at level 100. As I said, I aim to mainly just farm this right now, and once I get all of my rewards completed, then we're going to go ahead and move on after that. So, yeah, it seems pretty good right now, at least, and we'll see how it continues, and we'll see how things develop over the next couple of days in terms of picking up really, really good rewards, and in terms of, you know, building teams to beat the really deep levels in Pirate King Adventure, which I know is going to be really, really tricky to do. So anyways, that is going to wrap it up from me. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.